Appropriations Committee, Mr. Case.
The gentleman from Hawaii is recognized for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise in support of this member as a member of the Appropriations Committee, as well as of our subcommittees on Defense and on Homeland Security. Madam Speaker, I join the vast majority of Americans in condemning the actions of immigration and customs enforcement. Brutality and death in our streets, so-called leaders trashing victims and their grieving families, warrantless searches, fear in our own citizens. I had a state senator in my own district tell me this last week that she was fearful of going out to talk to her constituents in her district without her passport. This is unacceptable, this is un-American, and ICE must be reformed. And until it is, neither it nor its parent entity, the Department of Homeland Security, should be fully funded. And the best way for us to reform ICE is to keep our laser focus on ICE reform. And this measure does exactly that. It gives this administration and my majority colleagues 10 days to work with us all to do the right thing, and unless the right thing is done, we should not fund the Department of Homeland Security. But this measure also funds 70% of our federal government rather than shut it down again. And let me focus on just a few areas where this is critical. Let's start with defense, half of our total budget. In a time that it is critical to our national security that our Defense Department be fully operating, be fully focused, be nimble, be quick, the ability to adjust, and yet we have kept our Defense Department essentially crippled for 16 months now since the last time that we funded it in regular order and gave it direction through funding and oversight was fiscal year 2024. They've been operating on a continuing resolution for 16 months now, and that cripples national security. That is a national security risk. No new programs, procurement that is excessively expensive because it cannot function over multi-years, no effective system-wide modernization. Any military leader will tell you that the worst thing going for it right now, in a time when it has to adjust to the PRC, to Russia, across a variety of focuses, is now that it needs full flexibility. Financial services and general government, this bill funds the federal courts. Can we envision a time in our history when it was not more important that the federal courts be fully staffed and funding? I don't think so. This bill funds Social Security. It enables Social Security to continue to function for the millions of Americans who depend on it at a time when Social Security is being crippled by staff cuts. Foreign affairs. This bill provides continued security assistance to our friends and allies throughout the world. It maintains some effective projection of presence out there into the world. It funds the Countering PRC Influence Fund that is so important to us. Transportation, the Federal Aviation Administration, it funds the FAA so that our air transportation system can continue to fund. Federal workers overall, who have borne the brunt of our failure to appropriate in regular order, millions throughout our country, it helps them by assuring them that they can continue without great doubt. We must pass this measure now, and it must not be, need not be.
I yield the gentleman an additional minute.
Additional minute.
It must not be, need not be, and will not be at the expense of ICE reform. We sacrifice none of that mandate to reform ICE by passing this bill today. I would finally say to our Department of Homeland Security employees out there who have served us so well through so much difficulty, to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Homeland Security Investigations, Customs and Border Protection, Transportation Security Administration, you do critical work for us. And we apologize to you that we must create uncertainty to you for the foreseeable future, but we ask you to understand that reforming ICE is critical not just to those that are suffering at the hands of ICE. It is critical to our country. You will be paid. You will be paid because this continues your pay. But the uncertainty, until we get this resolved, you must live with. We appreciate your cooperation. With that, I yield back.
The gentleman's time has expired. The gentlewoman from Connecticut reserves. Gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I yield